Doing the millennial pause.
What's that?
It's when you pause before you get started.
Is it a millennial thing, or do you feel like everybody does that?
On Matt's shows, it says it's a millennial pause.
Which shows is that?
Like his YouTube guys.
That's nothing. That's
anyway,
nothing. That's
okay.
nothing.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
So my name is Cher.
And I'm Davey.
And this is Spooky Dooky.
Episode 6?
6.
6.
Yeah. Oh, wow. 6 months. Oh.
High five. Let's go.
We've been doing it. We've been doing the thing.
We have. This is my 3rd episode.
Yep.
And this week, we said we were going to do the territorial prison. We didn't do that. We did the Tivoli Building because...
Well, we've had
some stages. We had to go through some stages. The territorial prison is on winter hours, so closed except for like Fridays and Saturdays.
Which does not work.
Which doesn't work for my work schedule. And then, so we're going to do that in the summer sometime.
Mm-hmm.
And then we wanted to do the red light district downtown Cheyenne, which is mentioned in the Haunted Cheyenne book that we have, but didn't get anything. Nothing to be found whatsoever. Nothing at all.
Well, we had a potty mouth.
I don't know. I don't think that was anything.
I think it was. We got cussed out by a ghost over by the old gunslinger. Or I guess it's not old. It's not even old. Like the gunslingers
it's been
area.
For like 10 years.
But besides that, we did a lot of walking and a whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of walking around downtown after dark. We didn't get to go in any buildings because most of them are empty anyway. So, we decided to finally settle on the Tivoli Building because Tivoli Building was also once a brothel, so it's kind of related.
Oh.
Yeah. So, let's get started.
Let's go.
The Tivoli Building is a really beautiful old Queen Anne architectural style building downtown Cheyenne. It's on the corner of Lincoln Way and Cary. Kind of freestanding now because the buildings that were next to it all burned down, but it is fine.
It was never freestanding like how it is?
Yeah, no. At one point there were buildings that connected on either way, both going down Lincoln Way and down Cary.
Wow.
Yeah, there's pictures of it online. We could find some. It's very cool. But yeah, now it's pretty much freestanding, pretty much the only thing that survived. It was built in 1892.
Okay, before Wyoming was a state officially?
I think so.
Yeah.
About 30 years after Cheyenne was founded.
Okay.
In like the 1860s. And it was a bar and a restaurant, you know, a saloon. It was called the Tivoli Saloon on the bottom floor. And then on the top floor, it was a brothel. They had, booths where people could enjoy the company of women. And they had a whole sign on there that was like reputing that they were not a brothel, but the specific phrasing of the sign made it clear that it was a brothel after all.
Okay.
It was like here to enjoy stimulating conversation, stuff like that.
Okay.
Which is just how they did it back in the day.
Subtle. I don't
how they
like
would advertise for these things.
Stimulating conversation. Okay.
It was built by the Richardson brothers. Warren Richardson. Is that the guy that Warren is named after?
No, because that's F.E. Warren.
Oh, right, for sure.
Yeah.
So then no.
No.
So then I don't know who the Richardson brothers are, besides that they built the Tivoli Building.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they held on to it until 1904 when they handed it off to Thomas Hearney. I'm going to mention all these people because I feel like it may be relevant later.
Okay.
And Thomas Hearney upkept it as a bar and a brothel, held on to it until Prohibition, 1919, when he passed it on to Sam Marchick, who turned it into a clothing and department store because of Prohibition. But it also had a speakeasy in the basement. So speakeasy, it was basically always a bar. Even during Prohibition, it was still a bar. It was just a speakeasy. Turned it back into a bar after Prohibition was over. And the Marchick family owned the building until 1976.
That's a really long time to own that building.
It's a really long time. Like from 1919 to 1976, basically like 60 years.
I feel like it's gone through so many owners recently that I'm kind of surprised that it was able to get held on.
Yeah, for that long. It has really like passed hands a lot,
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of unfortunate. I mentioned all these three people, Sam Marchick, Thomas Kearney, and Warren Richardson, because in the building they have a painting of a person who, according to the ghosts, whether or not they're real, is supposedly an old owner of the building. Now, we don't know who it is. We don't know who this painting is. We don't know where this painting came from. We just know that it's in the building.
Is it the one that we saw? Is that what you're talking about? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
Supposedly, it was in the building when the current people moved in. They don't know where it came from. And supposedly, it's an old owner of the building. So, I figure it's probably one of these three dudes.
It really could be.
Yeah. And these three dudes maybe were one of the ghosts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like one of those three dudes, or all three. I think there was only one. But
yeah, I feel like if all three of them were there, it'd be crazy.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah. Well, and as far as we know, none of them died in the building or anything like that. So
yeah, that's true.
As far as other historical events go, supposedly in 1894, so only 2 years after it was built, there was a shootout between three different cowboys just outside the front door.
Oh.
We don't know who the cowboys were. We don't know what happened to them. But that was cited as a potential death, potential historical event that could have led to some ghostly activity.
In the area.
Yeah, in the area. There has also, this was the place where Tom Horn was arrested.
Really?
Yes.
I did not actually know that.
So he was arrested here and then just taken like right across the street to the Wyoming Home Building, where he was kept until he was hung.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah. He came here to get his last beverage last drink.
Hang down your head, Tom Horn. When we do the episode on that, I'm going to have to sing you the song.
I'm so excited. I think I want that to be my next one.
There was a song. You can have it, but I have to sing the song.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right. That's pretty much it as far as like notable historical things that happened in and around the Tivoli. It was pretty much a bar and a brothel for most of its history, all the way up until it stopped being a brothel sometime in like World War I-ish, I think.
That's a long time of it being a brothel, though.
Yeah, because that's what Cheyenne was like for a long time. It was like the Hell's Kitchen era, when Cheyenne was like the lawless Wild West.
Yeah, like somewhere dangerous to live and to be in.
Yeah, and there were a lot of other brothels in town too. It wasn't just this one.
Just the red light district, right?
Yeah, there was at least three that I read about in my research, and I got some conflicting accounts. Some people say that the Tivoli was home to a specific brothel called the House of Mirrors, owned by one James McDaniels. But some other people said that the House of Mirrors was on Pioneer Ave and burned down in the 1880s. So, I don't know. Which, the Tivoli wasn't built until 1892. So maybe it was both. Maybe the Mirror Maze, the House of Mirrors, burned down in the 1880s and then was moved into the Tivoli building.
Yeah, it definitely could have been.
But I have no idea.
Yeah.
As far as the ghosts.
There's ghosts?
There's ghosts.
Oh my god.
Supposedly. There's only really one of like repute, and that is the Chandelier Lady, which is a pretty big deal. Supposedly there was a woman of the night, a prostitute there, who was meeting with one of the richest people in town. We don't know who this was, but one of the richest men in the entire of Cheyenne at the time.
Probably F.E. Warren.
Could have been F.E. Warren.
Naval Warren. I don't know if that's the same person. I don't think that's the same person.
There was no N in F.E.
That's true. Sorry.
Was that like his son?
Yes.
She was meeting with him, and she was supposedly pregnant. So she was going to announce this, make it public knowledge.
Get some money.
Get some money out of it, probably. Would be a good reason to do that. But before she could do that, she was probably forcibly hung from one of the wagon wheel chandeliers in the building.
Ooh.
We don't know if this was in the main floor, like the bar area, or upstairs in like the brothel area. The chandeliers hung for a while even after this happened, and supposedly they would like swing for no reason and flicker. And so that's why they eventually decided to take them down. Nowadays, you can't tell where they used to be.
And they don't know where they are.
Don't know where they are. They've been lost, and the room has been completely renovated. But that was the big ghost in the area. People would see full body apparitions of her, or at least of a woman that they believed to be her, especially on the stairs going up to the second floor. They would also see her in the windows looking out at the street.
Interesting.
Yeah, and she supposedly wails, which is a lot. We have not had a wailing ghost.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, she would wail. She would also be heard wailing through like surveillance systems and stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Kind of a lot. Like, I feel like that would be really hard to explain away if you were actually hearing like wailing from somebody.
But it's also downtown on Lincoln Way.
Sure. So what you're saying is that it could have just been a random person on the street?
I don't know, because I'll have to tell you about my dream. I had a dream.
You should tell me.
You want me to tell you about my dream?
Sure,
okay, so like after... like now is any time. So first of all, didn't know that she was wailing. I think that that's interesting.
It is.
Because I had a dream after we left, because I like to take naps. I took a nap after we were done. And in my dream, I was walking past the Tivoli and a woman was screaming.
Really?
Out of it.
What an interesting dream.
And then I woke up in a cold sweat. So I didn't know about the wailing woman.
Wow. Which they also say that there's full body apparitions. People have seen this, the whole woman herself standing in the stairs. That's also crazy. Like, you know, there's a lot of the more typical stuff. There's cold spots. There's like things have been moved by themselves. There's supposed to be like cups getting pushed off the counters, things like that. That's all stuff that is pretty standard. We've seen that at basically every place we've been to so far. But a full body ghostly apparition is crazy.
With wailing, oh my goodness,
that would
be
deal.
like Ghostbusters.
That's the kind of that's the kind of thing that like you never see that shit.
I think you would believe. I think
if I saw that, I would believe.
You'd be like,
I would finally be like, okay, that's a ghost.
What if I was like, nah,
it's nothing. If I saw a full body apparition that was wailing at me, I'd be like, okay, that's a ghost. There would be nothing that I could do to refute that. Like, what am I supposed to do? It's right there in front of you. It's right there in front of you.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah. There's also spectral laughter, footsteps.
Ooh, laughter. I don't like that.
Well, and it seems strange considering the ghost's sort of vibe.
Maybe it's not her. Maybe it's residual energy because it was a place of like happiness.
So that's a good question. That brings up a question that I have. Is that considered a ghost? If it's just residual energy from the place?
I feel like, I don't know.
Because it's not a ghost explicitly.
It's not explicitly, it's an energy.
Yeah, it's just like people here did this thing.
Like you left a mark.
Right.
Yeah.
So then...
I feel like that potentially wouldn't be like a ghost.
Well, right. And so then what is it? And why are we lumping it together?
Because it's an energy. I don't know. Don't ask me.
Are ghosts energy?
Yes.
Are they like... If a ghost is just energies, and it's not like a full manifestation, and it's not like a person with a name, is it a ghost or is it just energy?
Both.
Can't be both.
It can't be both. Okay. I feel like this is the word subjective. This is a very subjective science, or not even subjective science. This is a not exact science as of yet.
That's what subjective means.
Yeah, so this is not an exact science as of yet. Just because we don't know their name, like, doesn't mean that they're not a ghost. Like, don't hurt their feelings.
But, like, so what I'm saying is, you don't have proof that this is a person. So, like, this is a bad example because we have full body apparitions, supposedly. But in, like, other places where what we would get would be, like, pushing something off of the counter on the floor, for example. If that happens in a place, but you've never seen a ghost there, you have no proof, of ghosts and nobody ever died there, how do you know that that's a ghost and not just an energy? Why does every place with an energy have to be haunted? That's my question.
Because
it could just be the energy.
That is what it is.
It could just be the energy of whatever was happening.
Okay, Davey, we're going to be getting into poltergeists.
I want to.
We
That's
need
what
to
I
talk
want
about
to do.
poltergeists.
I'm interested
because
in that.
Poltergeists are an energy. Poltergeists are not a haunting. It is an energy. It is a paranormal phenomenon, meaning it's not normal.
Correct. And a lot of poltergeists are like not even human.
No, it's an energy, like say you're a very mad teenager.
Yeah.
It
usually is.
It's usually a mad teenager. Now, I'm surprised my house was not poltergeisty activity. But anyway, so like we would have to go down a whole rabbit hole of poltergeists.
I'm interested in that.
We can talk about it. We have to find a place with poltergeists. Or we can have a sub-episode where I explain to you what a poltergeist is. That would actually be fun. Are you talking about the one where the little girl is jumping off the bed? It's like...
You mean the like 4?
Yeah.
There's a ton of poltergeists in England.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, we can talk about it at some point.
Yeah,
not today, because we're not.
Where we can go into the history of what a poltergeist is, what it looks like things like that. But I feel like we got a little bit sidetracked.
That's okay. There have been apparitions of other former patrons, stuff like that, in the building. Supposedly, there's also like a man that Jill Pope specifically states can be seen jumping out the window, and is like associated with the elevator. Supposedly, the elevator like can be heard moving at like 6:27 a.m. specifically.
That's cool.
Jill Pope was the only one who mentioned this. I didn't find it anywhere else.
And it wasn't mentioned by the current owners of the boutique who are renting the downstairs.
Which they might not be there at 6:27 a.m.
Yeah.
But I've looked at a lot of sources. The chandelier lady was mentioned a lot. This person was only mentioned by Jill Pope. And a lot of people just mentioned your, normal stuff without associating it with anybody like the elevator man or the chandelier lady, just the, cold spots, apparitions, all that stuff. So I feel like those are the big ones, probably. I
would say, based on the evidence that I believe that we collected, and that's why I have to say I believe that we collected, I believe that there is a man and a woman, and I think that's it. I don't think there's more than that.
If you believe that what we were talking to was a ghost, ghosts, then that makes perfect sense. Because that's what we found. There was a man's voice and a woman's voice, and they had differing opinions on things. So probably two different entities.
Yeah.
So I think that makes sense, that there's some sort of man ghost who may or may not have been a previous owner, and then the woman ghost who's probably the chandelier lady.
Yeah.
But,
But beyond that, I wouldn't say I feel like it is widely haunted. And what I find really interesting, though, is you only found 2 notable ghosts.
I did.
And it was a man and it's a woman.
True.
And I think that's interesting that was what our investigation had found, was a man and a woman, like really not more than that.
That is interesting. And, I'm glad that we were able to find a man somewhere, because my initial research didn't find a man anywhere. And so then we went and did the investigation, and they were talking about this man. We were speaking to a man, supposedly. And I was like, well, I don't know. But then I read the Jill Pope book. She mentions a man. Yeah. So that was good that I found that. But I think, I don't know.
I think it's really interesting. But we can talk. Do we want to talk about what we found, like kind of like our experiences?
Sure.
So we were able to go to the Tivoli, as you know. And we were able to tour around thanks to the owner of the boutique that is down there. I believe it's called like 307 Bison Boutique or
something like that.
Which I really appreciate us being able to
it was
do.
great. It was so fun.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And so the owner did let us know that she did have someone who claimed to be a clairvoyant, saying that in a back table she saw a man in a cowboy hat with a mustache. What's very interesting about this area is their dog will not go back there.
Sometimes.
We have it on video.
Yeah, the dog was definitely acting pretty weird.
And that was the only area that the dog was like, no, thank you. We're not doing this. And downstairs, that was the only area, like on that table is the only area we got even EMF. Like, we didn't get EMF anywhere else. We got a ton of EMF there.
On the bottom floor. We got
on the
EMF
bottom
upstairs.
floor. Yeah, on the bottom floor. So I find it interesting, again, going back to the man idea. I believe there's a man and I believe there's a woman. And I think those are the only two ghosts that are there.
I think you're probably right. I think, assuming that there are ghosts, I don't think that we have any reason to believe that there's anything other than that going on. Somebody mentioned like a child or something, but I don't know anything about that.
I would say no.
Didn't find anything about that in any of my research.
No.
So yeah, I think it's probably the chandelier lady and the previous owner. I wish that we knew more about either of them.
Yes, like kind of some more information, which
specifically the chandelier lady, because I feel like she has more of a chance of being real.
I don't know, the owner.
But like, we don't know that he died in the building.
Here's my thing. I don't feel like a ghost necessarily has to die in the building to haunt the building.
I know you've said this before.
Yeah, it's like Beetlejuice.
I feel like it has to.
No.
Because otherwise, how did it get there?
Beetlejuice. Should I say it one more time?
Yeah, you can say it one more time because it's already broken.
Beetlejuice. And then...
You have to say it 3 times in a row. You can't say words in between them.
That's true.
It doesn't work that way.
I think that, like, okay, there's a place that you love and that you put all of your energy literally into, and you want to go back to protect it. Because, like, when we did the EMF...
that just raises so many questions, is the thing. Is the reason that it doesn't vibe with me. It's because, like, if you are capable of doing that, if you are capable of dying anywhere on the planet, but then your soul is transported to the place where you were, like, spent the most time, how does it get there? Where does it go?
Door.
How does it, like, does it teleport there?
I don't know.
Does it just appear there? Does it have to walk there? How does this work?
Have a little faith.
Why is it stuck there if it was able to walk there in the first place?
Maybe it didn't walk there. Maybe it died and then it woke up and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm here. Because maybe it had unfinished business.
So how did it get there?
Dude,
This is why. This is why, because I have so many questions. It raises more questions than it answers, which is why I feel like it doesn't make sense.
I just say, have faith. I know. I know. But when we were doing the EMF, it was responding to when we were like, are you the owner? It was responding to that. We asked them if they liked how the building was being renovated. It said it did like that. It didn't like us very much.
Yeah, the man ghost, the owner, didn't really want us to be there. He was kind of rude the whole time. It was kind of funny because later on when we did the Estes method, we were getting responses from a man voice and a woman voice, and I asked, like, do you want us to be here? Do you want us to leave? And he said no, and she said yes.
Yes, it was like when I was listening,
it was fun.
It was like there was 2 people like conflicting, and she was like, yes, like, please stay, and he's like, no.
I was like, nah.
No. And
which is funny.
Which is hilarious.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah. Are you ignoring us?
Here.
Okay.
I'm here.
You're here? Okay. Are you a man?
Me.
Okay.
And me. 2 different voices.
Okay, so there's 2 people. Is it a man and a woman, or just 2 men? Are you a past owner?
Hi.
Okay. Are you the one who's been kind of talking to us this
I'm the man.
You're the man. Okay, so you've been the one who's been talking to us this whole time. Is there anybody else besides an old owner here? Can you give us your
Just
name?
me.
Just you. Okay.
On top of...
Are you upstairs? Do you like the new renovations?
It's my house.
Okay, you live here. Do you protect this area? Okay. If we have nothing else, I'm gonna take Davey out. Do you want to say anything? I'm not gonna take him out. Okay.
Did you not want us to go up there? Try to stop us from going up the stairs?
Hey.
Hello? Are you the owner? Or one of the owners? Used to be an owner? Did you die here? Is that what you're trying to say?
I died.
You died. Okay. How did you die? What happened? Did you kill someone?
Oh,
Are you
weird.
weird?
I died.
You died. Okay, so you didn't kill somebody else. You just died here. But were you killed? Maybe. Are you hoping that we'll stop bugging you? Just leave you alone?
No.
No. Okay. You want to keep talking to us? Okay.
Come up.
Come up the stairs. We were just up there. Were you talking to us up there?
Good.
Good. You like us? You like that we're here talking to you?
No.
No. But you like the people here. You like the tenants. I'm what? What am I?
Bad.
Bad. I'm bad?
Good.
I'm good. Am I good or am I bad? You have to decide. Can't be both. Or maybe one of us is good and one of us is bad. Cher wants to be done.
Which one?
That's a good question.
Sorry about being too loud.
Yeah, I asked if they liked us being here. And he was like, I was like, I'm what? And then you were like, bad and good. And I was like, which one?
Well, there was two voices.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
So one doesn't like us.
There was a man and a woman's voice, but
Which
like
one said good?
the woman.
Yeah. Okay. So she was like,
Yeah,
man did not
the
want us
man I think talks to you.
He doesn't
I
want us
think
to
he
be
talks
here.
to you. I have like chills, like literally like on my legs. Like I have chills and stuff. But I feel like, yeah, we got a lot of good like EMF, we got a lot of good like spirit box. That's kind of like what we did.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We got to see the upstairs, which is being turned into Airbnbs.
Mhm.
Super nice.
Very, very
Airbnbs.
nice, yeah.
Incredible. I wanted to stay there. We wanted to look into it and maybe get to stay, but I don't think they're open yet.
Which
Yeah.
I think we should, if it's affordable, when they do open,
Yeah, that'd be
like
awesome.
be able to stay there. I do want to say that one time we were downtown. Davey, myself, his wife, my wife, Taryn, and I think Matt was with us. My husband.
I don't remember.
I don't know. We were walking downtown next to the Tivoli Building. Taryn and I look out, and there is a figure of a person staring out the window.
You're misremembering.
I'm not.
You're misremembering this
I'm
year.
not.
You are.
I remember it.
There was no figure in the window.
There could have been.
There was a light on upstairs, which is totally normal for a building that has people in it.
There was no people at the time, but then we found out that those were apartments.
Yes, there could have been anybody could have been up there because it's just a building. There was no person in the window. You're just making shit up now.
I remember.
You're just making shit up at this point. There was no person in the window. It was just a light on.
Don't gas lamp me.
Yeah, it's called gas lamping.
Don't gas lamping me.
Yeah, it is so cool. We should definitely stay there because we also wanted to go back and go into the basement.
Yes, which we are gonna
Because-
take a look at. Yeah.
Which I would normally be like, we don't need to go back to the basement. But supposedly, there was once which I also didn't find any information about this, so I need to do more specific research on it. Supposedly, one year back in the day, there was a really, really bad snowstorm, and a person had died. And so they kept his body in the basement for like 3 days, something like that, because the ground was frozen. They couldn't bury him.
Bring my butt.
So they just kept him in the basement, which is something that they used to do. But like I said, couldn't find any evidence of that in research. Feel like that's something that they might have mentioned.
And I feel like that's something that's 100% plausible.
It's definitely plausible, which is why it may or may not be true. But I also feel like if that did happen, there should be at least like some historical record of it.
I feel like Cheyenne is really not good about historical records.
That's fair.
We also don't go to the library and like
Also true. I could be looking into like actual
like microfiches.
Yeah, or like the state library or something.
But I think even then, to be completely honest, I feel like record keeping was really bad. There was a lot of fires. I really think that even if we dug that deep into things, I don't think we would find anything.
And I guess you're right that that's not necessarily the kind of thing that they would like feel the need to write down. They're not being like, we gotta document that this guy was in our basement.
Yeah, that Davey's body is in the basement for 5 days.
Yeah, they would just be like, we buried him at the cemetery on this day.
Yeah, because you wouldn't really like.
It doesn't matter where it was.
You know what would be interesting though is if we could find like some of these names in our cemetery.
Yeah, that's cool.
That would be kind of cool. Like to be able to like find some of these names, like notable people in the cemetery. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, because it is a pretty old cemetery.
Yeah, and they have like original graves from like the 1800s and
yeah, we did the cemetery walk. That was super cool. Have you ever done that?
I've done it myself.
Well, you should do it next year.
Yeah, that would be fun.
It's super fun because they have like really old historic.
Yeah, and then we could get like stories and
like Nellie Taylor Ross, dude. That's awesome. Yeah, so cool.
So I think
maybe we could find
we could write a list. We could literally write a list and like try to find them.
Sam Marchick, maybe any of the Marchicks because they've been around they've been here since the 70s.
Yeah.
Or into the 70s, I should say. So.
Yeah, I think we could go into a deep dive, but I would like to go back to see the basement. We couldn't see the basement at the time because it was flooded. Unfortunately, that is those old buildings. But I can say that the 307 Boutique is doing an amazing job with really respecting the building and really making it nice. And they have delicious coffee. Yeah. So if you haven't been down there, definitely recommend, going down and checking out their clothes, checking out their coffee. Like the owner really pressed that she wants every decoration is very intentional to kind of preserve what the building should kind of be.
It's really fun, really cute little place. And the people are nice. They'll talk to you about your ghosts if you want to talk to them about the ghosts. And maybe if you're lucky, you could stay there at the Airbnb and have incredible views of downtown Cheyenne.
Oh my goodness!
Well, and also the parades during Frontier Days go up Cary, so you'd be right there on the corner, literally like looking down at the parade. You'd have the best view in the town. That'd be crazy.
You really would. Yeah. You really would. Which, yeah. I would like to spend the night. The owner was letting us know that sometimes she hears things on her surveillance. Sometimes the surveillance videos say that there's motion detected and that nobody's there. Yep. So kind of like a little bit of like what you were saying, too, where it's like people have heard things like move and shuffle. She said nothing has really moved on her that they've noticed. She said she was in the bathroom once and there was pounding on the door and no one was there. And I think the biggest thing, the dog refuses to even go into the back staircase area.
Which she also said that when this was apartments, because it used to be apartments, the people living there would get weird noises and stuff like that too. So yeah, I think staying the night there would be really cool.
Yeah, it would be great.
It'd be so fun.
It'd be so fun. I would love it. But no, it's a really nice place, and I'm glad that we were able to do it.
Yeah, me too.
What's fun is
it worked out. It's on the cover of the book. Yeah,
it's on the cover of the book that we quote every 5 seconds.
Yeah. It worked out really well because I was expecting this episode to be nothing. After we went to the red light district, we didn't get anything. And then they said that we were only going to be allowed to go into the main floor of the Tivoli Building, which is something, but it's not much.
And we didn't get
get anything. And so then they were like, okay, we can go upstairs. And then it, started to pick up and it really worked out. It was really fun.
Got some good stuff. Yeah. So number 6.
Episode number 6.
Number 6. Well, do you think it is spooky or dooky?
I think that of the ones that we've done so far, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start ranking them based on...
I think that's a good idea.
Probability that they are actually haunted versus completely fake. If I'm going to rank them, I would say probably DeSelms,
Mm-hmm.
Plains,
Mm-hmm.
Tivoli.
Okay. As
And
far
then-
as spooky.
As far as, yeah, like
Not even the
actual
Virginia?
confirmable ghosts here. Somebody like
okay.
lived in this building and died here,
Mm-hmm.
and that we know their names and we know that they exist.
Okay, so we're not necessarily talking about spooky. We're talking about like notable stuff.
Right. We're talking about potential to legitimately be haunted. I didn't think that any of them were that spooky,
I
especially
think they've all been
because
spooky.
we were there at like 9:30 in the morning. It was beautiful outside. It was incredible.
That one, if
It's
I was
not
at night,
spooky at
you
all.
know I'd be scared.
Oh yeah, of
I would
course.
be so terrified if it was at night.
But it was a great time during the day. It was so pretty. It was not spooky at all. I think then after the Tivoli, probably the Virginian,
Mm-hmm.
and then Terry Bison,
Mm-hmm.
and then what's number 6? I'm already forgetting.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the depot.
The Depot. Oh, okay. Wait. Then maybe I need to reorder this. I'd probably put the Depot above the Virginian. No, I'd probably put the Depot above the Plains. I'd probably go to Selms
Really?
Depot, Plains,
Wow.
Tivoli, because the Depot has named people.
That is
These
true.
people have names and
Mhm.
historical records. So DeSelms, Depot, the Plains, the Tivoli,
Mm-hmm.
the Virginian, Terry Bison.
I'm gonna give you my scariest.
Yeah, I want to.
I want to tell you guys the ones that I have like shit my pants. I would say my number one is still the Plains. Like
Okay.
scariest. I think it was because it was the first ever one, but also
Yeah.
the vibes were off. I'm gonna be honest, the vibes were off.
Which I don't think was attributed to the ghosts.
I do, but he
Unfortunately.
doesn't think so. It was a mixture of things.
Yeah.
So I would say the scariest was the Plains. I would say then the Virginian. And I hate the fact that these are both ones that we've spent the night
That's
in.
probably something to do with it.
So I would say the Plains, the Virginian. The Virginian, the vibes weren't off. I was just spooked.
Virginian's beautiful.
I was just spooked.
We were just the only people in the building.
Yes. And we started using like the spirit box and like leveling up like our vibes. So I would say the Plains, the Virginian. I would say the Cellar and Terry Bison.
Mm-hmm.
The Cellar and Terry Bison, I was not okay with
It was really
that.
dark.
It was really dark, and then something said like feeling menacing, or I don't know. I didn't like that, or mischief, feeling mischief. So
mischievous.
Terry Bison, and then I would probably say DeSelms. I would say Depot's on the bottom.
Deep as
I was
bottom.
not scared.
Well, and we were, like I said, we were there in the middle of the day. It was
Mhm.
nice. There was other people around.
Not a lot of
It's
like
it's a
things.
museum now. Like
Our second episode, we only used EMF. Like it's not like we really could use the spirit box in
Yeah.
there. That would have been really bad. Like we could not do that. I would say I started getting the scaredest when we started using the spirit box. But I can say I've never had a dream about a location, and I had a dream about the Tivoli. And then recently, it's just been feeling weird wherever we go. I get headaches.
you do.
I get really bad headaches. But it could be anxiety. I don't
Probably
think so.
anxiety.
But he thinks it's anxiety.
You just gotta bring some ibuprofen.
The last time I had ibuprofen, I coughed blood. I have to have Tylenol. It's weird.
Bring some
I have
Tylenol.
to- yeah, bring some
don't
Tylenol.
take ibuprofen then.
Yeah, but I would say those are my scariest Plains. I would love to do another episode on the Plains eventually.
Well, if they renovate it
Yeah.
and make it like nice again, then absolutely. But if it's more of the same, then it's more of the same.
Yeah.
So your scariest is Plains Virginian.
Uh-huh.
Then what?
Plains, Virginian, Terry Bison,
Terry Bison.
specifically the Cellar.
Okay.
I feel like when we were out and about on the Terry Bison, I wasn't as scared because
Outside.
it was outside and it was
It
beautiful.
was beautiful. The room was full. It was great.
I think I get claustrophobic.
Yeah.
And then I would say DeSelms. The story of the DeSelms is
It's a
just
spooky
messed
story,
up.
for sure.
It's just, and DeSelms at night, I would love to do DeSelms at night because that I think would be a completely different
I'm sure
experience for
it would
us.
be so scary.
Yeah, I would. Oh my goodness. Even
Well,
being
and-
outside of it at night.
You know, we never even got to see the basement.
No, where it was all down. And then like I said, so DeSelms,
Then Tivoli, then
then
Depot.
Tivoli, then Depot.
Yeah.
Depot,
Yeah, but you were feeling bad at the Tivoli.
I was. I started getting like a really bad headache again. It's usually after we do the spirit box where I just start feeling really nauseous and like getting a headache and stuff, which is really weird. So I don't know.
Maybe your brain doesn't like the noises.
Yeah. Don't speak to the other side. My mother, who I don't think watches this anymore because she's scared.
She got too spooked.
She got too spooked. I think she would say that's a sign to stop.
Probably.
We're not stopping.
We're not gonna stop.
We've just started.
We've got at least 2 more episodes planned because you're gonna do the territorial prison.
Yep, we're doing that
And
in
I'm gonna
May. We are doing that in May. We're doing
if it's back to its summer.
It should be back to its summer.
It
Yeah.
may or may not be. And then I'm gonna do the Wyoming home building because that sounds
that's
awesome.
a good one. And then we're gonna be going some places in the summer.
Hopefully, yeah.
Like hopefully, like
If you have more time off.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say it was spooky. Is it the spookiest? No.
Nah.
But that's okay.
It was beautiful.
And I'm okay with that.
Beautiful building, great people, super
Amazing
fun.
people. We
Had
had
an
a
awesome
great time. Great time.
That's what I'm in for. I'm having a great time.
I'm having an amazing time, and I really appreciate, and I think I say this every episode, how perceptive everybody is.
Receptive.
Receptive, thank you. I'm very tired. I went to CrossFit.
You've always said that. You said that 3 times.
That's true. You're like, that's just you, Cher. Stop making excuses. But I would really say I am amazed at our community.
Yeah.
How, like, I feel like I tiptoe in there with Taryn, his wife, and I'm like, hi, like, we're local. We talk about the history. Oh, and ghosts. And then they're like, oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Everybody likes talking about ghosts. This is
Yes.
why one of my like icebreaker questions to get to know somebody is, do you believe in ghosts? Because 9 times out of 10, they have a story that they want to tell you. So,
We got something.
Yeah.
Got something. But yeah, we really appreciate the 307 Boutique.
Yeah.
You know, thank you guys so
Thanks so
much,
much. That was
for
awesome.
letting us be there. We're definitely going to come back. We're going to keep drinking your coffee because it's so good. And we're excited to see your dog again.
I know, he was so sweet.
He was so sweet. He did not like the spirit box. He was like, lady, please don't do this.
But he was a good dog.
He was a good dog. And the ghosts like him. So that's positive. Well, I would say it's spooky, but it was a good time.
I don't think so, but I had a great time.
That's good. That's okay. But anyway, thank you guys all for listening. Number 6. We are going to just keep on chugging.
Episode 6 for April. Done.
Complete. We need a gavel. And this is closed.
To make a judgment.
Yes.
Judgment call at the end.
Spooky or dooky. I think we would. It's
We would need to have a third person to
Taryn.
sway.
She will
in either
always
direction.
agree
Well,
with
yeah, that's
me.
why I came to Karen.
Taryn
So,
will.
we need somebody who's a
Matt
perfect,
will also
like-
agree with you. So
I don't know.
He
That's
was pretty scared.
spooked. He gets spooked.
Yeah,
And he is still afraid of getting pancreatitis.
he is very scared. He will not come back. It's a shame. Anyway, we are just rambling.
Yeah, we are. But that's fine.
Okay, so thank you guys all again for listening. We are on YouTube and Spotify. We also have an Instagram and a TikTok. I try to post funny things on there, so just continue to like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family,
If
tell
you're
everybody.
the one person who watches our TikToks from like Turkey,
Hey,
thanks for doing that.
thanks for doing that. You're a real pal.
That's awesome.
You're a real pal. But yeah, if you're watching our TikToks, please go and watch the actual podcast.
Yeah, watch the actual episodes.
But yeah, thank you guys so much and have a good night.